If you're interested in visiting Canada, the first thing you have to consider is whether or not you come from a visa-exempt country. One of our clients who is interested in obtaining their visitor visa writes us, "How I get the tourist visa for Canada, my brother-in-law is residing permanently." So if you have family in Canada, having them invite you to Canada is a strong mitigating factor when submitting your application. It means that you have a legitimate travel need to Canada, or a desire to travel to Canada. You have someone in Canada who might be able to support your stay, and you also have the connection to help you with any financial burdens you might face when coming to Canada. So in a situation like this where you have a brother-in-law and sister in Canada, they should write an invitation letter to state that you might be staying with them, they're offering you financial assistance, they're offering you room and board, whatever the case might be, so that you can facilitate your entry to Canada. It is not necessarily a requirement to have an inviter when applying for a visitor visa, but always strengthens the application that much more because it gives the officer some additional supporting information. So it explains why you want to come to Canada aside from visiting, that you have the means to take care of yourself while you're here, and that you have the necessary finances to effect your departure from Canada. Don't forget that as much as Canada enjoys having immigrants and visitors, it also wants to make sure that those on temporary status exit at the end of their authorized period of stay. So having family in Canada that you wish to visit is helpful to the temporary resident visa application, but make sure that you have the right supporting documents. Another thing to keep in mind is that if your inviter is willing to financially support you, you should include documentation to reflect this as well, like taxation documents, a letter of support, bank statements. These are all things that you can provide to an officer that will help alleviate them of any concerns they might have. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to check out some of our other videos on how to complete invitation letters, as well as what the responsibilities are of the inviter versus the applicant. Thanks.